G'day guys, this is Adrian from Veloci Performance, plugandplaychip.co.za, and today we'll talk about the Mercedes-Benz C220 CDI W204 and the DPF. Typically what you would do when this engine light comes on, you'll go to your closest Mercedes-Benz dealer or to your closest workshop and get a diagnostic scan. Once you've done that and established that it's DPF related, this is some of the fault codes that you may see. The soot content of the diesel particle filter is too high, and this one's also got the input for differential pressure sensor 1 in the diesel particle filter has a short circuit to ground. So this one also indicates that there's an actual issue with the differential pressure itself. But the one that is basically the most important of all of this is the soot content of the diesel filter, particle filter is too high. Guys, when you find yourself in a situation like this, take action immediately. Otherwise, you may get additional damage, like for example, turbo failure. Right, now let's talk about the options. What options do you have to resolve this matter? And the first one is to buy a new DPF, or to try forced regeneration, or try to clean the DPF, or to completely remove and delete the DPF system from the car. My issue with a new DPF is that it's very costly. On this specific vehicle, it will probably cost you between 25 and 50,000 rand. And in a few years down the line, it will just simply become blocked again. To do a forced regeneration will cost you money, and this will only work if the diesel particle filter is not too blocked. It may work for a day or 2 or 3, but the issue will simply come back. Then there's cleaning. There's some companies advertising additives that you basically throw into the exhaust system, and then you must go and drive the hell out of the car. Now for me, that is not a good option at all, because you've got a blocked DPF and now you need to go and drive the car very hard. So that can possibly cause turbo failure and all sorts of other damage. The other way I see the people or companies trying to sort out this DPF issue is by completely removing the DPF and by trying to clean it. This is very rarely successful, and on the end of the day you're going to spend a lot of money doing this and it will simply become blocked again. So you'll keep on spending money on forced regenerations and trying to clean the DPF, but the issue will just simply come back. So what I strongly recommend you do is by completely removing the DPF from the exhaust system and to do the DPF delete. In other words, the software in the car's ECU, we go into the software, we find the DPF function and we completely delete the function. Now, the DPF remove and delete is a 2-part process. You cannot simply just remove the DPF without deleting the DPF function from the car's ECU, and you cannot just simply do a DPF delete without removing the physical DPF. Otherwise you will get component failure, like turbo getting damaged, because now you've got an ECU that doesn't control the DPF function, so the car won't go into limp mode and that sort of stuff, but you still have a blocked DPF, so that is a very dangerous situation to be in. There's some guys charging up to 2,000 rand to simply clear the fault codes and to do a DPF reset. That will never work. You will just simply waste your money. You cannot fix a DPF issue by just clearing fault codes with a diagnostic machine. I often get a question, will the car smoke? The short answer is no, the car won't smoke. Unless the components, like for example the injectors, are not in a good condition, the car will not smoke. You may see a puff of smoke when the car is at a standstill and you do a pull-off. Then you'll maybe see a puff of smoke, but that's basically as far as it goes. If the engine is in perfect condition, you won't have excessive amounts of smoke. I also get asked, is there any negative side effects? Absolutely not. The turbo and the engine is much happier without the restriction in the exhaust system, and you are likely to get better fuel consumption as well. Guys, we guarantee our DPF remove and delete solutions. We've been in business for many years, and we're not going anywhere soon. And watch out for the guys that's advertising DPF deletes for a very low price, because what they simply do is they buy fake China tools and they buy very cheap files from all around the world that is not properly engineered. And as soon as they see that this is something that you need to do properly, and when they run into trouble, as soon as these guys pop up, that is as soon as they disappear. So my question to you is, if you're not going to do it with a reputable company like ourselves, and you accept this low price DPF removal, what will you do when you run into problems in a few months' time down the line? Those guys wouldn't exist anymore. And also there's lots of other possible issues that can arise if you do not have the proper equipment to read and write ECUs. We have all the original tools and we have all the experience necessary to do a proper DPF remove and delete. Guys, if you have any more questions about the DPF system on this specific car or any other car for that matter, give me a call on 082 716 8142. I'll see you guys next time.